see.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Mrs. Becker.
Here.
Mr. Cancro.
Here.
Mrs. Chu.
Here.
Mr. Hong.
Here.
Mrs. Lax.
Here.
Mrs. Reese.
Here.
Mr. Seeler.
Here.
Mrs. Shaw. And President Simmons. We have a quorum.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the East Brunswick Board of Education has called notice of this meeting to be published. All Board of Education meetings, with the exception of executive session discussions, are videotaped for later broadcast. And it is the policy of the Board of Education that videotape meetings are not edited for any purpose. Individuals who speak at the board's public meeting should be aware of these videotaping rules. Good evening. Happy holidays, all of them, to all our families and residents, and hope the kids are enjoying the spring break and parents are enjoying it as well. I'd like to ask Dr. Valesky to give a superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. Becker. Good evening, everyone. The artwork in the boardroom this evening reflects the work of our talented Central School students. Their teachers are Sue Ann Brewer and Lori Daniel Danino is their principal. Congratulations to all our outstanding students named Athletes of the Month for March. On April 15th, we'll be hosting our second annual East Brunswick Track Invitational. Entries are being accepted, and we anticipate another large crowd to showcase our wonderful facilities. Along with members of the Board of Education, I had the pleasure of attending the East Brunswick Education Foundation's Partner in Excellence Dinner on Tuesday, March 28th. This spectacular event recognized staff and local partners who have made a difference in our schools and community. Congratulations to Dr. Michael Vanella, Michelle McCormick, Holly Howard, Lori Silver, and Chris Vogt from Vogt Insurance. The East Brunswick High School Wind Ensemble competed in the Central Jersey Music Educators Association Concert Band Festival, receiving a rating of gold. This is their fourth consecutive year receiving the highest score available. The director of this group is Mr. Brian Toth. The East Brunswick High School Orchestra competed in the World Strides Heritage Festival in Washington, D.C. They received the highest rating of gold, as well as Best Orchestra of the festival. Congratulations to the 29 students involved and their director, Dr. Arvind Gopal. The jazz ensembles from Hammersholt, Churchill, and East Brunswick High School performed at the 10th Annual Night of Jazz. The event took place at the Joanne Magister Performing Arts Center. The directors are John Kish from Hammersholt, Michelle Linder and Mark Perez from Churchill, and Brian Toth from East Brunswick High School. Along with Dr. Joyce Boley and Mr. John Perillo, I had the pleasure of attending the annual Volunteer Recognition Luncheon at the East Brunswick Department on Aging. This luncheon is held each year to thank all the volunteers who give their time to make the East Brunswick Senior Meals Program so successful. The senior volunteers were treated to an ensemble performance of selections from the recent EBHS drama production of Peter Pan. Last week, I joined our students and staff from Hammersholt Middle School on their science trip to Fairview Lake YMCA camp in Newton, New Jersey. This annual environmental education overnight experience provides outdoor environmental learning experiences, including off-campus hikes through the Appalachian Trail and studies of the ecosystems and geology that are specific to this region of New Jersey. And also there, I must mention, Lori Lax was there as a parent and was camping.
I love camping.
East Brunswick High School hosted a very successful and informative spring college fair on April 6th. There was a diverse assembly of resources available for students and their parents, with close to 100 colleges, universities, trade, technical schools, and military representatives in attendance. Please see the EBHS webpage for a list of attending institutions. April is Autism Awareness Month. Marianne Zima and her colleagues in the Special Education Department are providing information to our educational community to promote autism awareness, autism acceptance, and to draw attention to the tens of thousands facing an autism diagnosis each year. Due to the snow days, the third quarter will be extended. The quarter will now end on Wednesday, April 19th. Report cards will be issued on Friday, April 28th. You can access your child's report card at parents.ebnet.org. If you do not have computer access, please contact the school secretary, who will provide you with a paper copy. Thank you.
Thank you. Fairview is a fabulous experience. It's one of those things that when we survey classes who have graduated, when asked about the things that had the most impact or that they remember the most from their time in East Brunswick, Fairview inevitably is one of those things, as I'm sure Mrs. Lax can tell us. It's a great experience.
Well, that's the thing, everyone knows it, I'm not going to belabor it. The one neat thing is that I actually went on a trip with a friend of mine who we went together, we were in Warnsdorf in 6th grade, and our daughters went on the trip together this year.
Wow.
So that was kind of neat. So that part was right, because you're right, there's not a lot I remember, but I remember my 6th grade trip. It was Stokes back then, but I remember the Fairview trip.
Thank you.